All right, we're doing something a little different today. We're going to put up the end-fed half-wave antenna. And this is the EMCOMM-II Portable from Chamelon Antennas. I have basically everything that I need in this bag to get it up. I always prefer the end-feds for mobile use because of the versatility. The only thing that you need is something high like a tree. Now, I'm doing something a little different to hoist it up today. I've got a sinker with a slingshot, so we're going to try that out to see how it goes. Today I'll be using my X6100 with this setup. Here's my antenna wire for the Chamelon. Here's a stake that I may use for the balun if I can't find anything to tie it down to. And another reason for this video is I just kind of walk you through the process of what it's like to think through trying to set something like this up dynamically. At this time, I still don't know exactly how I want to put this up. I don't know what tree it's going to go into exactly, so it's kind of like a commentary on, I guess, setting up the antenna, right? So I'm just making sure that my cable that I'm going to use to hoist it up with doesn't have any knots. Slingshot. The slingshot I bought on Amazon for $15. The link will be in the description in case you'd like to try this out too. But for now, I'm just going to go ahead and take the antenna wire, my hoist, and I'm going to go to where I think I may put up the antenna. And this is the first time I'm using the slingshot, so hopefully everything will end up good. So maybe one of these branches up here, I'll fire it up there and we'll see how high it can go. Actually, this one right here would be pretty good if I can get it. I don't want to shoot my antenna wire all the way up there without an end to grab it, just in case I need to retrieve it. So I want to make sure I have plenty of wire out. That way if something gets hung, I can use it to pull it back down. We're going to tie this to the other end of our hoisting wire. I'm using a lead fishing hook with a lead sinker tied to this paracord on one end. That's going to be the end that I shoot up through the slingshot. So this other end, I'm just going to tie it to the antenna, right like this. I'm going to do like a double knot. The single won't hold with this wire, but if I do this twice, it will stay, hopefully. Yeah, here we go. That's good. I'm starting to think there's not enough weight at the end of this, but we're gonna fire it up and see what we can find out. It didn't work. No. That time I hit my hand. This ain't gonna work. Let's go get the rock. Alright, those of you that watch my videos know I always put the fails in the video. Well, videos like these. That way everybody knows that we're all human. Nothing always works the first time, right? So I'm gonna cut this sinker off. And originally, I had this good old rock. And this has been Old Faithful. I've been trying to get rid of it because it's heavy. But this thing is just perfect. It's the perfect weight to get up in any type of tree that I would ever need. And it always comes down the other side. I've never lost it. It never pretends to get lost. It just works. And you know what? It's a little extra weight. But sometimes that's okay. Sometimes a little extra weight is worth keeping around if you know it's going to be reliable. Now watch this. I bet we get it first try. Not the one I was aiming for. Oh, don't get stuck on me. Don't get stuck on me. I keep trying because I know I can do better. I know I can get it up there. Alright, we keep getting greedy. We're just about to get this thing stuck for good. It really got stuck on a branch that time. But like I said, Old Faithful always comes back. Let's see if we can get this thing up here now. Oh, we got it. Thank God. Alright. Now y'all about to see the magic. Man, it's really up there too. Oh, we got the big one. Again, as long as it doesn't, as long as we can get it to come down, we've got it. Oh yeah. almost reach it. I hate flopping around my cable like this because I know it's not good for it. There we go. All right, that's the name of the game. Now we just take this thing, we need to take it somewhere until the top of our antenna is at the top of that branch. Then we need to find, like just now, we need to find something to either anchor it down to or tie it down to. And sometimes this can be a difficult process, but also where the rock comes in handy, because the rock has already got a lot of weight to it. So now we have, it's pretty far up in the air. We just need to get the balun on here and connect the radio and see if we can make contact. Extra 550 cord and a stake. If you don't have another point to mount the balun, you can use some 550 cord and a stake, and that can function. Or a dog tie out is one thing that I also like to do. But for now, we'll go ahead and find our antenna wire. So that's stable. Now we're going to take our little stake and we're going to walk out just a little bit, enough to get the antenna balun off the ground. Let's see if this will do. That should do it. Now I'm just going to put the stake in the ground. So I'm going to tie the other end of the string that's attached to the balun to this stake. You notice the balun fell. It's because we started putting a pressure on the antenna. So the rock that we had is going to have to be mounted or fixed in a different area. No big deal. We'll pull it nice and tight. Then we'll go find a place to put it. This twig right here should do it, honestly. That should get our balun a little off the ground. We could pull either end tighter if we wanted that to be further off the ground. Let's go ahead and pull out our counterpoise wire. I don't measure my counterpoise wire. I don't do much with it. It's just I just put it on there and hope that it's going to be okay for whatever band I'm trying to work. The reason I use this antenna specifically is because it doesn't require too much thought. There's no antenna tuner and stuff like that. So all right, so now let's go ahead and just attach some coax and then our radio. So we're going to go ahead and get the radio out. I'm going to go ahead and pull out the coax, attach one end obviously to the balun, and then run the other end to the radio. This is going to add a little bit of weight to the balun. Hopefully it's enough to still keep it suspended. So now there's that. We're going to stretch out our counterpoise just a little bit across the ground. And let's get this radio on here, see if we can't tune up and hear something. All right, so we got the connector, we got the hand mic cable. Let's go ahead and connect the hand mic up.
Hey, have a good evening, Dave. 73. Yeah, roger that. You too. Good luck. 89 SPV 73.
All right, so once you're done with the deployment, now we're just gonna rein it back in. And I figured if I'm gonna do the video on the deployment, I might as well do the video on getting it back, right? So I'm just gonna take my balun and I'm gonna undeploy it. Busy out here today, and I'm already a freak show with the ham radio with a GoPro on his head. I don't want to be the freak show that also talks to himself. So if I get quiet, that's what it is. I'm taking the antenna though, I'm taking the counterpoise, and I'm just going to wrap it back around, and hopefully putting it up is going to be a little easier than it was for the deployment. Just going to take it and set it right back down into this little pouch where I keep it. Next, let's go ahead and pick up the antenna winder. And for this part, what I like to do is I take the antenna side and then I pull it until I get to where I tied the cord to the antenna wire. Then I just untie it. All right, yeah, pretty busy out today. Hopefully I don't get in any trouble here. I'm just getting my rock back. On the military base, if you're got a giant GoPro on your head and you're doing the antennas and listen to the radio, you're bound to stir something up. It's just the way it is. Ham radio is one of those hobbies that you can do a lot of hobbies and people kind of understand what you're doing. You know, if it's backpacking or hiking or fishing, but ham radio is one of those hobbies that people look at and they have no idea what you're doing, and that's just the way it is. It's a hobby most people don't do, and there's a lot of different ways to experience a hobby. So there's a lot of different things that you could be doing with it that just look strange. Even people that are into the hobby, if you walk up, if you're just used to VHF and UHF, and then there's somebody throwing stuff into a tree, even then it could look kind of strange. But once I have this wound up, I'm just going to go ahead and put it back. Next, we're going to see if we can't retrieve our rock. So one side's going to have to come down, either the rock side or the cable side. The rock side was down before, so hopefully, let's just go ahead and pull it over. I don't want to risk losing it. And it came down almost just fine, as long as we don't get trapped on this terrible branch here. And fortunately, the rock is going to be a permanent member of the InFed halfway kit. If you guys struggle getting an antenna in a tree, find yourself a nice rock. This was unfortunately just a waste of money. This was a waste of money. But I know it has its uses, and I know people made it work a lot better than what my rock has. With a lot lighter gear, maybe, but I like my rock. It's solid. It's a winner every time. Even if it takes multiple tries, it's always going to be a winner. It's always going to go where I need it to go. I'll never find another rock like it. Let's go ahead and put the transmission line back. Alright, so I need to go ahead and put the battery back in the bag and the cable. Just figured I'd do a little POV of putting up an InFed. I haven't seen that type of content on YouTube. I figured it might be nice to see. That's the Chamelon EMCOMM-II Portable 2. Anyways, if you guys like this type of video, let me know and I'll do more of it. But other than that, I appreciate you guys for watching, and 73 to you. Real quick, I want to give a big shout out to my channel members, and I'm going to butcher your names. I'm sorry, that's just the way it is. I'm going to try my best though. So the newest channel member, shout out to Scott Pasternak, who subscribed as an extra. I really appreciate that, Scott. As well as Emily Vanderwalt. If I pronounce your names wrong, try to let me know in the comments. Google Must Die, Van Fickle, Bart Killam, and James Jenner. Appreciate all you guys for being subscribers to the channel. And I'm sorry if I butchered your name. Let me know down below if I did, and I'll try to pronounce it correctly next time. 73.